Hey guys, well I think it's about time that we do a 2019 kickoff video. Hey guys, Alex here with All For Him Racing, and today getting you guys a 2019 kickoff video. Now before I get too far into this video, if you guys are not a subscriber yet, please consider subscribing, and if you are a subscriber, make sure to hit that little bell icon down there below the subscribe button. That way you guys can get notified whenever we upload a new video, and I don't want you guys to miss out on any of our new stuff this coming season. That little bell icon, make sure to hit that. So, as you can see, here in northern Indiana, we got some snow. It is about the end of January here, and we definitely have some snow, and it is cold. So I'm going to try to get the outside stuff done here really quick, and then get on into the shop where it's a little bit warmer. So we got our trailer here, just sitting, you know, for storage at this time. We ended up picking up this box for it that we still need to mount. But if you guys kind of look at it, you'll recognize it as a side bed toolbox that you would have like on a work truck. So for our needs, it's got a lower profile, it's a little smaller, but it'll give us a place to put our chains and other things, and also be lockable. So we're going to be mounting that thing up. Other plans for the trailer this coming season, seriously considering building a simple tire rack onto the front of it. If you guys know, we do a lot of the figure 8 racing and have the spare tires and other parts and pieces that we need to take with us to the races. So it'd just be nice to have a place to mount that, maybe even a simple toolbox or something. Haven't entirely figured that one out, but we'll get it figured out, and then obviously have videos when we do that. Tucked away for the winter here under a tarp, because it's the best place we had at the moment, is our Camaro. So we have our Camaro Derby car just wrapped up under a tarp, winterized of course, just to be ready for these cold frigid temperatures. So that is tucked away with multiple layers of plastic, and just due to shortness of garage space, it's the best that we could do. So the Camaro is all tucked away under there. You can see the exhaust pipes kind of sticking up. The lawnmower that we've used in other videos for towing our cars around and pushing them wherever we need is also just bundled up at this point. We just haven't had enough snow to really to dig this thing out, or I should say we did have one big snowfall, but it was too much snow that this blade here couldn't really even move it, so we didn't even bother digging it out. The shelter, we've got that used for storage of some other personal things not associated with Derby that are a little bit nicer and needing to be under a roof, so those did not make it in. But obviously we got the Camaro out here, and because it's pre-ran, I really don't care. It can sit out here. It's covered, so it's protected, so we won't have a big old mess when the springtime rolls around. And again, everything that was important that shouldn't be sitting out in the weather is now inside the shop and in storage. So we got other miscellaneous parts and stuff stored outside, but I think that pretty well about covers it. And of course, we got our new tow vehicle here. Again, just getting covered in snow and whatnot, just because we haven't driven it here in the last day or so. So in what little bit we've used this truck, it's been great, and definitely look forward to this season because it'll pull that trailer nicely. Just in our test run when we ran it out to the Wayne County Fall Destruction Derby that they had, it did a really good job. So let's stop talking outside and get into the shop. All right, much better to be out of that wind. Man, that wind chill is evil. All right, so in here, a few things to note. One, it's a bit of a mess just because it's the winter time, so we've got a lot of random stuff stored in here that will eventually make its way out. Also went ahead and for Christmas, I got as a gift a soft tonneau cover for the pickup trucks. We won't have the hard cover anymore, we'll have the soft one, which I think will be really nice to have just because it'll allow us a little more freedom to actually use the truck like a truck. Super Duty, we did capture an aftermath video, so you guys have seen the condition of this thing and what all is needed. Ultimately, it comes down to some body work just to get this thing cleaned up a little bit, looking a little more straight. Tucking in the rear corners there just so they don't get caught, and rear tires. Those are the real big items. Once we get some rear tires and do the body work, that's essentially all that this truck is going to need. We might do a few other little modifications. I would like to get the back end sitting a little bit lower, so get rid of those spacer blocks or just actually change them out to some ones that are a little bit shorter. I still want the back end sitting up at a decent height, but at the same time, I do want to drop it down so that way it's angling the way, actually, the way it's sitting right now would be great for the Derby. We just need to figure out how to drop it down accordingly without getting too carried away. Another thing I wanted to point out is if you guys have not already had a chance to, you need to check out the time-lapse video we just released of this truck a couple weeks ago. We had the GoPro mounted in multiple locations, had it on its time-lapse mode. I had about 50,000 pictures, guys, by the time it was all said and done from the entire project of building this truck. And we walked you through the entire build so you can see the things we did. Now I couldn't capture everything. Sometimes the camera angle wasn't great. Maybe I was not standing in the right spot, so I had to edit things out. There was a few things that just didn't make the cut. I forgot to turn the camera on when I was doing some of the painting, so I do apologize for that. So you couldn't see all of our secrets on how we did it, but you kind of get a feel of how we were able to knock out this paint job and make it look pretty cool in a short period of time. Literally that was just done in a few hours, guys. So I think we have maybe 4 hours total in this entire paint job, and that's including some time for drying, so not too bad. And then just some of the minor things that we did at the last minute. I did not get a chance to capture on that time lapse, but you guys have been following our builds and saw the update videos, so you've been brought along the whole journey, but this time you were able to see the whole thing from start to finish. So make sure to check that out. I'll try to drop a link in the description as well for that video, and again, it's the Derby truck build time lapse. You just search it on YouTube and you'll find this truck in the full time lapse, so definitely make sure to check that out. Over on the other side of the shop here, we do have our figure 8 car buried again underneath some stuff, thanks to the winter storage and just the shortness of space I have around here at the moment. But that's sitting over there ready to, pretty much going to be ready to go. It could run as is, but I'm going to do a few improvements, I think, for this coming season. We're going to change out a few of the steering components, the main steering arms coming off the box, just so that way it'll hopefully drive a little bit more straight. It's got a little bit of a kick in on both wheels, which actually has helped it from the maneuverability, but I would just really like to get those things back and straight again just to see how well it'll ride. I could always swap out the parts again to the ones that are currently on it if I don't like the way that it handles, but I think I'll like it better anyway. So a few bucks from some auto parts stores and maybe beef them up a little bit, and I think we'll be in pretty good business there. So that'll be happening here hopefully in the next couple months. Again, probably once it warms up a little more. At this point, everything's really tucked away for the winter, and just the space is limited, so therefore my ability to work on things is also limited. But otherwise, this thing will be seeing the track again. Something else to kind of point out, and I have filmed a video on this, but I really haven't had a chance to edit it yet. We spent a little bit of our winnings at the end of this past year and upgraded our lights. So these are now LED bulbs. They are no longer the fluorescent long tube bulbs. And if you guys are listening, you can't hear anything. And a lot of our videos in the past have had this light buzz, and that's from the ballasts that were in these fixtures. And the technology has improved quite a bit, and so has the price. So we went ahead and actually upgraded our fixtures, just simply removing the ballast, rewiring these fixtures, and then replacing them with LED bulbs. So definitely I'll have a separate video on that alone. Maybe I'll try to drop a link in the description for the bulbs we did end up purchasing, but we picked them up off Amazon. I thought they were pretty reasonably priced. They arrived fairly quickly in some large, long boxes. I think I actually may still have them floating around under here, the truck here, but we placed all 4 of those main light fixtures as well as the bulbs in our work lights that are above our main workstation. So these are now all LED as well. Now it is cold and everything else, but the nice thing is these LED bulbs warm up right away and start putting out some really nice light. And in the daytime, it's not as easy to see the significant difference, but definitely you can see it at night. So better videos coming out of this shop just due to some better lighting. as well as we'll bring some of our studio lighting out here as well when we're filming some videos, just again to make the viewing better. But the big one for me that was just bugging the heck out of me, apart from just the visibility of everything, was the buzz that we were getting. And especially if we were going to fire up those old fluorescent bulbs on a day like today, when it is literally less than 10 degrees outside right now, not even including the wind chill. So they would be buzzing and humming, and they would not be getting anywhere near as bright. A few other minor notes. We did rearrange our shop a little bit. We used to have our tool chests and stuff kind of over against this wall. We switched places with where our workbench is. The workbench was against the back wall, tools were over here. We've just done a quick little swap, I think, for the way that I actually work on things. This will be a lot better, and it gives me better functionality to get to my workbench. It's a mess at the moment because I do have some side projects going on. I just tried to pick things up and get them off the floor. But that'll be clean in the derby season, and then ready to do some fabrication and different work that we'll be working on. So apart from all that, guys, that is essentially what we have sitting and ready for the 2019 season. We're talking about new builds and some other things. Right now I have nothing to report because we are still planning and trying to find some potential deals that we're looking at maybe doing and having some new builds. We have another build actually. Now I guess I can talk about it. I'm still editing the footage for it, but back in our Ohio shop, Jim is working on a new project. It's a 52 Chevy car that he's got building into a bit of a rat rod, street rod. Kind of, if you guys remember, we had videos of our yellow rat rod. Well, that truck is actually farther along, so he's going to get some video of that thing this summer here. Hopefully running and moving for you guys. And he's also been building away at a new project, so he's going to have all kinds of new updates for that. So you're going to be seeing that popping up on the channel here shortly, just to kind of fill in the space when we are not working on derby vehicles. We are in fact still working on things. And as far as back here in my shop, well, things have been kind of slow. As you can see, I'm just walking around showing you guys just everything stored around for the winter. But we have been working on other things in the background. So a few things to note. We have improved our editing software. We have now moved out of Premiere Elements, which was the program that we've been using for a number of years. It's been a good program overall, but it has lacking a lot of functionality and different things that we would like to be able to use this year for our videos. So we have now upgraded to the Adobe Pro package, so that way we can, again, edit footage a little bit more professionally for you guys, and hopefully be able to get better footage and be able just to do things a little bit more easily, at least from my standpoint, and you know, just take things again a little bit farther and a little more ahead. And in the process of upgrading all that, I found that my computer was also limited on how well it could edit all that footage. So we ended up having to go ahead and purchase a newer laptop. Question of the day. We are right now considering buying a new video camera, another one for filming the live events. So we've been using the same camcorder since 2013. And time has flown from a technology standpoint, and we would really like to be able to upgrade into just a lower grade 4K and some other capabilities that for an extra couple $100 that we could really get into a nicer camera. So we're considering making that purchase, but I want to know your guys' feedback. Comment below, let me know what you think. Should we go ahead and purchase a newer video camera for filming those live events, or should we just keep it the way that it has been and just keep filming everything the same way that we have, or do you want us to improve the quality? Definitely would look forward to your feedback on that. If it is something that we decide to want to go forward with, we may ask for and do some different fundraising opportunities to try to help raise the funds for that, because it will come at a little bit of a cost. And again, we are completely self-funded here at All For Him Racing, so you know, we are totally on board with the idea of bringing you guys some higher quality footage, but it does come at a cost, and I may see if there's some way that we can have some extra support from you guys if you would be willing to help us out in that regard. But definitely comment below, because I want to know your guys' input. So there you go, guys. There is the update of our 2019 kickoff. So you guys, this season is officially starting. We're going to be starting to bring you guys some new videos here over the upcoming months of these vehicles. Make sure to check in for all the new updates. If you haven't already hit that bell icon, make sure to hit it, and if you have not even hit the subscribe button, please consider doing so. We certainly love having you guys join our community and join in all the discussions, and we look forward to bringing you guys along for this 2019 Derby season. So as always, here at All For Him Racing, we hope that you guys have a great day, and until the next video, we'll talk to you later, guys.